Welcome back to Crypto Deal News. Right now, Hedera Hashgraph is entering one of those moments. Hedera HBAR is about to have a massive supply shock. And most people are looking at this situation completely wrong. They're wondering, oh, will HBAR's price go up or down? They're asking the wrong question. This isn't just about price. This is about structure. This is how the systems are built before anybody notices. And if you know history, then you know that this never happens loudly. It always happens quietly behind the scenes while no one is looking. But guys, before we jump into it, today's video is sponsored by SolPump. SolPump is a Solana-based game where you can actually win Solana just by playing. One of the games that SolPump has, it's my favorite one, it's called Crash, and it's very simple to understand. Basically, it's just a rocket that goes up and it, multiplies and multiplies and multiplies, and you just have to time it before it crashes. So just say if it crashes and you don't collect, then you don't win. So you have to make sure that you're collecting your Solana before it crashes. If you wait too long, then you lose the profit. But if you time it right, then you win Solana. It's fast, it's simple, it's quick, it's all on the Solana blockchain. So this is not financial advice. Always invest and play at your own risk. But if you guys do want to try it out, you guys could use code DYL, DYL, to get daily rewards up to $1,250 in reward cases. Now let's get back into the video. Guys, we are going over HBAR, Hedera Hashgraph. There is a supply shock coming for HBAR. I'm not even an HBAR holder, by the way. I am an XRP holder. I am all in on XRP, but there's something that people have to start paying attention to with HBAR. People are not understanding this. People are missing this. So let's break this down. HBAR has a fixed supply of 50 billion HBAR. That doesn't change, but here's what people miss. Not all of that HBAR is in circulation right now. And that's it right there. Supply doesn't just exist, it flows. Let's think about oil. We know how much oil exists, but it doesn't matter until it hits the market and it's being used. What matters is how much hits the market, and right now that flow is increasing. Most people panic when they hear, oh, more supply, lower price. And from hindsight, that's textbook thinking. But guys, textbooks do not make money. Concept makes money. Because there's only one question that matters at the end of the day. Is the supply being dumped or is it being accumulated? Now let's look at HBAR's past, because big unlocks did not all do the same thing. Some led to dips and some led to massive rallies. Why is that? How come the same exact thing happened, but in one way the price of HBAR went up, but in the other way the price of HBAR went down? Because supply does not control price. Context does. Liquidity does. There's other things that actually control the price of where something is going rather than just the supply factor. We talk about this all the time with XRP, but now for HBAR, it comes down to the context. It comes down to liquidity, timing. And here's another overlooked thing. It's seasonality and the actual market sentiment. Quarter two of years tend to be like a cool down phase for most markets. Not a crash or anything, but just more of, maybe some sideways action, time to figure things out. More like a reset. Well, what's happening next month in the month of May? We're seeing the Clarity Act come in. That is a massive reset for crypto. Now let's combine that with rising supply and market uncertainty. What do you get? You get volatility right there. This is something that people have to understand. Supply doesn't just hit the market, it gets allocated. Ecosystems grow. We have partnerships, innovation, integrations, infrastructure. There's just so many things that come into play. So that's not random. That's just a strategy right there. So, you shouldn't really be asking the question, is more supply bad? The real question we should be asking is, okay, where is this supply going? Because that's what matters the most when we really zoom out. That's the signal. This isn't just about HBAR. This is about digital infrastructure right here and just tokenization as a whole. This is about instant settlement, global value flow. There's so many other things that come into play. The world needs rails, not hype. And that's exactly where Hedera HBAR comes into the picture. Hedera HBAR actually provides real world utility, very similar to XRP. Now, Hedera and XRP, they, are a little bit different. They're similar in some ways, but, overall, they're both companies. Hedera and Ripple have two different goals at the end of the day. But overall, Hedera is one of those ones that, is just quietly building while everyone else is looking at, Bitcoin or Ethereum. So what happens in the next 24 hours or the next week for HBAR? Anything can happen. We can have a pullback. We can have a nice little dip. It could go up. It doesn't matter what happens in the next couple of days or weeks for HBAR. What matters, what happens is in the next couple of years for HBAR. So don't ask, is this bullish or bearish for today or in the next couple of weeks? Ask yourself, are you early for the next couple of years? If you guys like videos like this, then make sure you guys subscribe, smash that like button, and I will see you guys in the next video, which will be tomorrow because I'm posting every single day here on YouTube.